Okay, I want to show you how to place a pattern within a defined block or piece of applique. The first thing we need to do is define the block. Now you can use trace or record, or you can use multipoint border, and that's the one I'm going to use now. So the one that you want is multipoint border. It's annoying, hang on. Right, you're going to move your needle round your pattern and click on Add Point. I'm in simulation mode, so I'm going to make a defined pattern here. I'm going to place it on the grid lines so that I can see whether we place it properly once it has the pattern. So you'll be moving your needle around the pattern and clicking Add Point. As I say, I've got the border because I'm in simulation mode. So I've got the grid. So I've had to click on grid points so that I know that the pattern is going to be placed right. The important thing now to note is where we started, because when we come to place the pattern, we're going to use 1 point, and we're going to have to click where we started the pattern. So remember that. The other thing to note is these numbers here, because they're going to change slightly when we come back in, and we want to put them back to pretty much where we are. So we've got 10 and 15. I wouldn't worry too much with those because they're tiny. So 10 and 15. What we do now is we save this because we've marked it. So we go save. I'm going to call this film 1. So we have our pattern. Remember our starting point and 10, 15. So I'll now close that down. I'm going to go into PatternCAD. I'm going to load that one in because that's our block. See loads of those. I can click on Simplify to get rid of a lot of those, which is lovely. So that's the pattern, that's the block which we've got to put the pattern in. I'm now going to put that to, I'm going to copy that to the bottom layer, and I'm going to bring in the pattern that we want to put in there. This is just a simple one which came free with PatternCAD. I'm not going to be too fussy with it because it's just a demo. But one thing to note is that that was our starting point over here, and we do want the fill pattern to start over there, so I need to flip that over. Okay. Now we'll see that the size is wrong, so we can drop the size down. Okay. Right, that's pretty close. I'm not too fussed with this. All I'm really trying to do is get the pattern so that it fills the space. Just so that we can see. It's only a demo. You'll obviously, with your own pattern, make it a lot neater. Is that the way? Something like that. So just a rough pattern. Now, let's bring those down. Yeah, that's pretty much. Right, now we need that to merge with the start, so let's merge the layers to bring the bottom one back to the top. I'm going to shove that on there. I'm going to tell it to snap together. I'm going to bring that in there, so we're in the pattern. Okay, if we optimize that, let's do auto reversed. Move all. So we're now stitching one, which is lovely. We now save that. I'm going to save that as film 2. Okay, so we now go back to our placement. I'm going to want to place film 2. We now say that we're going to use 1 point placement, and we're going to use the start point. And if I come here, click start, you see it now fits in. I mean, we were 10 and 15, so that's pretty much close. Oops. If it's slightly out, you can come into here and change those just to say it's 15. But if it's tiny, then don't worry about it. So there you go. There's the shape there. If you want to not do the ditch, we can go back into PatternCAD and remove that so that we're only doing the pattern. Zoom in. We can go around the edge. Delete and then save. Save this as film 3. I'll go back and place. Just going to start replacing film 2 again so that we know. We look here. So we've got nearly 10 and nearly 15. If I now bring in pattern 3, we want to ensure that we're 10 and 15. You notice it's gone a bit longer. I don't know why it does that. And you see it's gone over the edge of there. So we need to change that size. So we're going to take the padlock off. We're going to make that 15. Now you'll see it's come within the pattern, because that was okay. So that's all there is to it. 1 point placement. Should stay fixed, but it didn't. But never mind. You can adjust it there to where we started with, and Bob's your uncle. Thank you.